Hi, my name is Rob Frank. I'm an assistant professor of English at Hartford Community College in Bel Air, Maryland, and this is part two of my American Beauty analysis. I would like to point out that this is for educational purposes only. I do qualify this as fair use, and this is for an assignment. You can hear more about that in part one. I do want to get to the thesis, which is that all of our lives are prisons. This is a completely different thesis than the one in part one. And here, this is based on the bars, bricks, and marijuana. The symbols repeated throughout. So here, the bars and bricks represent different kinds of jails, and marijuana acts as a symbol of freedom for most of the characters. So let's take a look at the main prisoner of the film, Lester. Here he is caught behind the bars of his home, the inside perspective of the bar. And then it's interesting to note as well that there are bars in front of the neighbors' houses as well. So it's not just Lester. This is everyone is confined in some form of prison or another. So here is Caroline's the warden of his prison, and he's completely powerless beneath her. And you can note too the red, white, and blue. That was a student to point that out of the folders. Okay, and the house as well. So here is the prison of his routine, the prison of his work, and this one, the prison of his job. The bars on the screen, these were pointed out to me through the DVD commentary. This is where the idea of the characters living in prisons first came to me. But once it was pointed out here, I couldn't stop seeing the bars. And Brad is his warden at work, shown being elevated here in front of the bars. And here again, he's shown powerless. He's even caught of the prison of his own body, but he does become motivated to break free from that prison. And he does get out of the prison of his life for a little while when he goes out into the courtyard and smokes marijuana with Ricky. This is the first time when he is out there with him, and you can note the bars in the doorway. So here he becomes more free, and you can see it at work where he's higher up, and now you can see through the blinds. This is his last run through the office. So here he is behind the bars, and he breaks out. And again, here he is in the car, leaving work for the last time behind the bars. He's smoking the joint, and then the bars disappear. So everyone has to live in some form of prison or another, but here he finds a happier prison. I love the free napkins sign too. And you note that Mr. Smiley's is a prison. You do have the bars, not only on the window, her shirt, you have the bricks as well. The white bricks are there, showing kind of a happier prison, and you have the smiley faces all over. So this shot's shown on purpose because it's a callback to the summer when he said that he was flipping burgers. So it reminds him of his youth and that carefree attitude. And it's this prison that helps him break free from the prison of his marriage. And this is that scene there. So she's caught in a prison of her own, the prison of her own need for perfection. So here you see the bars. She's caught in that need to just eliminate any kind of imperfection. And this is probably my favorite scene in the film. And I love how that extra, how it's edited in this blank shot to really emphasize the prison that she's living in, this private prison. She also lives in the prison of her own consumerism. And I do believe that this is done entirely on purpose here, how she's caught in the bars of the couch there. And she, in the end, tries to hold on to the material possessions of her husband, but you can't hang on to those. And so, yes, Ricky is eventually put behind bars because of the tapes that he holds on to. In the original version of the film, according to the DVD commentary, uh, basically what will happen, is that the police will come and will start to investigate, and they'll see that the Caroline's gun does not match the bullets fired, and then they'll go next door when naturally Jane and Ricky are missing, and then they'll find the Colonel's gun, which will match, and then they'll go through these tapes, and they will find the tape of Jane talking about murdering her father, and this is why the opening of the film starts with that. The original, according to the DVD commentary, the original script called for the two of them to be sitting in a courtroom scene in the opening of the film. So the jury is actually watching this film, and the ending is the two of them being convicted of the murder, and Ricky is singing Pink Floyd's "Us and Them" in his jail cell. It was how it was originally supposed to end. So this again reinforces the idea that we are all condemned to live in prisons, even if we never actually committed a crime. But at least Ricky can see the beauty in life, even if it is spent behind bars and bricks. So again, bars, bricks, but he can still see the beauty. Most of us can't see the beauty behind our bars and bricks. So here are the bars of suburbia, the fade from the bars that Ricky sees to the bars of suburbia, telling us how we should still see beauty within our own prisons. So Ricky's caught also in the prison of his father, and here I believe that the bars of blood are done on purpose to really show how the parental damage affects self-image. And again, here the same thing, and this is passed down. Caroline too had her own slapping issues that seem to be passed down from her parents as well. The baby reference. So here you see that he helps her to see herself as beautiful through the bars, and the bars are really emphasized. Now you have the bricks, and too, earlier in the film, here she has cigarettes and lots of makeup on. Now, when she switches to the marijuana, the symbol for freedom, she loses the makeup, and here she feels more comfortable with herself. So Angela lives in her own prison. You can see the bars there of her need to have everyone looking at her, all eyes on her. And so she is actually freed from that when she smokes marijuana in the beginning. This is really the only time that you really believe that she feels beautiful. And so here later, Ricky forces her to confront her own ordinariness. These bars are definitely shown on purpose to really emphasize the prison she's in. But she does eventually break out, and you can see the makeup is washed away here, and she sees herself as beautiful. So the most interesting prison for me is the one that the Colonel lives in. I do believe that this shot on television of the rows are done on purpose. And here you can see how he looks at himself, well, kind of himself in the mirror. He sees, you can kind of see it, the reflection in the car, the gay couple jogging with Lester. And he is in his own prison deciding whether or not Lester is really gay. That is why he confronts Ricky, because he wants to know the truth about Lester. And for him, Lester is the marijuana. Lester is the road to freedom, if you will. So that is why that poster is shown directly in line there. And so Lester ends up behind the bars of death. Again, I believe that the bars of blood are done on purpose to emphasize the bars. And here the fade out shows the bars and how we are all condemned to live in one form of prison or another. Here the prison of suburbia, but you were forced to live in a prison even if you are a dog. So this was the you know em emphasis of everyone must live in a prison. Yes. So that's it. For more, please check out my website, robjohnfrank.com, or you can see more of my videos on my YouTube channel. All right, take care.